welcome James to the live show. We just had a lovely episode with James, as I said, on the Patreon episode. So make sure you jump into that.
What, 2-3 weeks? 3?
Yeah, they'll be out in a little bit.
It's like
the bonus one?
2-3 weeks ahead. So there's this one coming up in like 3 days, and then one more, and then James Buzz after.
Okay.
So that's coming about 17 days. You'll see that James Bond episode.
Yeah. But there's 17 other episodes coming right out for you guys. The ads are going to be rolling through. No, myself and Johnny have the day off today. We're just going to rest up for you guys.
Just chilling.
With the crowd.
Vibing.
James will be working, however. What do you got, James? What do you got
I
today?
have Genji G2.
Oh, he's got the
Banger.
That's
Yeah, I was saying I fly out all the way to Düsseldorf to cast North America.
Another
bro.
North American regional.
I'm not unhappy about it, to be honest. I love casting. I'm actually pretty interested to see if G2 is gonna like peak and pull it off.
Do you think they will? You think they'll win that? Genji looked pretty good as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I'm a huge fan of G2. Like that. Like JNaps, I remember meeting him in season 3 at the Wiltern. He was there. He wasn't even playing, but he was there.
Wow.
And I remember meeting him there and talking to him. And I used to play with Perch Peach, who's a friend of his. And like I've a long history of being enamored with JNaps.
So it's in the.
I'm hoping, but I don't know because Genji.
You don't relate to them as a European team, is that what you're saying? You relate to G2 because they are those North Americans.
They're real North Americans.
Yeah. I knew it the whole time. Even the North American talent
just don't let that get out.
No,
I'm a big. I love
James.
Genji.
We're live. We are not recording.
No. Genji's awesome. It's just that G2's got a little bit of the underdog story. Plus I want JNaps. If JNaps ever wins a world championship, then he's like catapulted to.
He'd be third all time.
Yeah.
Instantly. Yeah. Only kid up turbo.
Yeah, JNaps is like some people ask like who's the greatest player to never win a LAN?
Oh yeah,
I think JNaps is.
Yeah.
We actually did an episode. This is a bit of a leak for what's coming out, but we did a Patreon episode on what would happen to the esport if every grand final, every World's grand final, the other team had won. The alternate result. JNaps would be a 2-time world champion. Yeah. Stuff like that. Turbo would not be a 4-time. He'd be a 1-time world champion. So a lot of things would have gone different. That was an interesting one to go down memory lane, but we're not going to go down memory lane just there.
You need to update about the
the mullets.
the mullet bookings. It's happened.
We have the mullets locked in. We will be doing them tomorrow. So that's a W. We've got the starting 5 locked.
Yeah, we got the starting. We just worried about the starting 5.
We've worried about the starting 5 for now. Obviously, I know there's a lot of people that are going to say, what about the bench? What about the guys that are trying to leave the
6 man of the year?
Yeah, what about the 6 men?
What about the plastics?
We've got a few plastics. We've got a few as well that sort of threw their hand up, but we're not sure. I know people are going to say like LJ and stuff like that. Well, it's one thing to just say I'll do it, but we haven't really heard from them since. So we have the starting 5. We have myself, we have Rizzo, we have JNaps, we have Sathu, and we have Marky Duda locked in, and we cannot wait for that.
They're
right
booked.
In front of the crowd.
Appointments booked.
See, people keep saying, you don't have any hair, how are you going to get a mullet? I'm getting skin on the sides. You just understand when you see it.
It's all about perspective.
It's all about perspective.
No, CJ's got hair at the back. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Not much.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
It's enough.
Anyway, obviously some people just think of mullets as like it's got to be going down to your. It's just sometimes you just need it's just leave the back. It's business up front. We're party in the back. That's what we're going to do. Rizzo's pumped for it though. We'll get those done tomorrow so you guys can see it for the crowd.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic. I can't wait. Can you tell? No, actually, I really don't mind it.
You don't mind it?
I think I went into the elevator today and it was like I could actually use a trim. So it's kind of perfect that it just kind of turned out to be tomorrow. Actually, I just happen to have a booking tomorrow.
James Holt looks hot today. Yeah, there's something about sitting in the orange chair with that camera. You look 8 foot tall, but also
I look like Oski right now.
Oh,
yeah, look like large Oscar.
I'm warm right now. I'm like, I might just take off my DreamHack jacket.
The big lights.
Yeah, it's the
so what's that called?
It's a warm day in Düsseldorf. Nice day.
It was beautiful.
It is hot,
yeah.
And it's going to get hotter tomorrow.
Very
I think it's
nice
28 degrees or something tomorrow.
Yeah.
James, we haven't really spoken to you. Yeah, this is your first time on the
this is my first
on the
time
viewing party as well.
The live.
On anything. So, how's it been so far? You weren't there
how's
for
the
the wild
Dussy?
card. How's the Dorf?
My first time really exploring the Dorf was with you guys after the show yesterday.
Yes.
We scootered back. Cheese Man almost took me out twice because
this guy, man.
twice.
it was.
I don't know how he managed it. We're all going the same way.
I don't know what happened. So basically, we have been scooting to and from the venue.
Mm-hmm.
James decided to join us. Yummy also decided to join.
Was this yesterday?
Myself and Johnny. Yeah, last night.
Yep,
Now, it's obviously it's a little bit more. At night time is a bit different. It's harder to see.
Tougher. You can't really see.
Obviously the cars struggle to see you as well.
They've got lights. There's a light in the front of every scooter.
There's a light, stuff like that. But I was up front leading the way because it was dark and I for the most part know where to go.
Fast.
You know the path.
I know the path for the most
whole
part.
way.
Yeah, it's full speed. There's one button on that thing and it's 100%. But every now and then I just hear this like scraping of the concrete, and then I'd just be like turn around and it's Mr. Cheeseman every single time. Somehow has just kept on falling over.
To his credit, he never like actually went down.
He just dropped his.
The first, he jumped off and was able to like not fall off on his face. But if you look, LCT and TRK have a bandage in the exact same spot, and it's from the scooters.
They're
putting their hands out. But he was trying to get up onto the ledge, and he didn't realize how tall it was, and he wasn't able to get up and had to.
I think he tried to do it too shallow of an angle. You've got to go more
straight on, perpendicular.
He was more of a shallow angle and didn't work.
And he on the first time he did it, his kicked up and it hit the front of my scooter.
Oh.
And I was almost wiped out.
And
so then I started falling a little bit more of a distance. But
CRK's been banned from scooters. Falcons have banned him.
He's still got a bandage on
because they're still in the tournament, so they're like, no, you cannot.
They're
eliminated.
Yeah, they're dangerous, man. But other than that, that's all I've seen from the outside world. Because I got here on Tuesday morning because I was at home doing the final draw from home.
Yes.
And that's why I wasn't out for wild card. I was doing the draw from home from the studio.
So you were watching all the.
I was watching.
How was that viewing experience from home?
Oh man, the days were incredibly long.
We were talking about this. When you're not there, they do feel incredibly long.
So long
when you're watching.
Shorter when
so
you
long. But there were some good moments. I was really surprised with how well G2 did in the group stage.
Yep.
And
the
it was
wild
cool.
card.
In the wild card.
Yeah.
It was good. I think the days were just really, really long. So I mean, I think in a perfect world, where maybe years down the line, Rocket League 2 is out. We have sponsors. We have so many sponsors. We have so many sponsors that we're just like, listen, you can get in 3 years when we have an opening. Then I imagine we could have a weeks long event where a crowd is here all the time, and all these matches are in front of a crowd, and the days are shorter. Where it's I think 4 to 5 hours is the sweet spot for a broadcast.
Do you think that we'd have a League of Legends style where the matches? I know we tried out the sets, the 3 sets of best of 7s. Do you think that that's where Rocket League can go? I know that there's a few talent that wouldn't mind, say, having the grand finals as its separate event, like League of Legends do, and then they do the ceremony for it and get the teams out. Make a whole day just for the grand finals.
Yeah.
Would chat like that? Give us a 1 in chat if you'd like the grand finals to be its own thing. Make a. It might be a separate arena, or it might be it's just one big thing, or do you like having, the whole,
didn't we
playoffs?
talk about it on the view part yesterday? So some people think, well, that's too short. It's not enough, which is true, if it's just one best of 7. But what if it's multidisciplinary? 1v1, 2v2, 3v3.
Oh, you get all the grand finals on one day.
Grand final.
Yeah, I think that would make it really exciting.
That'd be cool.
I think that it'll be interesting to kind of see what the vision is for the esport moving into these next few years. But I think overall, watching from home, I definitely feel like the wild card from last year was so cool. And it kind of opened up my mind to the idea of there's no reason that you can't have multiple stages that have crowds.
Yeah.
So, but then it just becomes a challenge to find those right venues.
Yeah.
But if you find I personally have no problem if a venue fits really well with the tournament that you want to run to just keep going back. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. That's true.
So you're saying to go back to Fort Worth because it works so well?
Well, what I'm saying is if you find something that fits with what you want to do, just stick with it until you outgrow it, and then look for something that's new. I don't really feel like the whole traveling circuit is as much of a necessity as a lot of people think. I'd rather have a venue that's going to work really, really well. That's almost
you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
and the fans know what they're getting
Yeah.
into as well.
Because
They go back.
even if like let's say that you were to do the Swiss stage again, and maybe you could like if there's more teams or whatever, you could even have like 3 different stages that have, maybe one stage has a 200-person audience, maybe another one has 900 to 1,000, and maybe another one has 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have the 3 different stages. People can go wherever they want to watch, and it becomes more of like a convention. And
I see
then
what you mean.
yeah, and then maybe since this is an epic game, maybe you can overlap it with some like another event that or like another epic game like
Fortnite.
Like
Wave Punk has talked about this all the time. He calls it
Fortnite boggers.
the epic games,
Fortnite. Yeah, we could have both.
But yeah, I
That'd
think
be cool.
I just wish that it was open to the public, and that the streams were shorter. 4 to 6 hours is
Honestly, hosting a like Fortnite event that happens to have the Rocket League World Championship at it sounds OP, because you're gonna get a bunch of Fortniters
It would be
just
cool.
like looking over, be like, "What is happening over there? Why is everybody so loud?"
Do you think they'd care though? Really?
Do I think they'd care? I think
About
once
Rocket League?
they like glance over and see it, like think about like DreamHack. Think about like people walking around DreamHack for like
yeah, I
CS:GO
guess.
and stuff or whatever they're doing over there. Then they see like Rocket League. I feel like that's a really good way to get people interested. Like they're already interested in gaming, that, because they're there. And so while they're walking around, they hear people yelling and they're
yeah.
Well,
and-
what
Let me
kind
go
of
check that
audience? There is one, like Fortnite World Cup, right? Or 2? How many? Fortnite's had some big events. but,
yeah,
like,
Fortnite. But what I'm saying, like those events are like dedicated Fortnite events.
So they were, but like, what was that audience like? Was it like younger?
Oh yeah,
Generic.
Oh, yeah,
esports
younger.
fans? Younger.
younger definitely.
Okay.
Just some little Timmies
Yeah,
running around.
these are Fortnite kids. So
Well, I like the idea of the ones,
Well-
2s, and 3s grand final on
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
have a little bit of a 1 circuit, 2 circuit,
We need the circuit first though for the grand final, but
or just it wouldn't necessarily have to be a circuit. It could just be like a spring split kind of thing.
yeah, I'm certainly getting more and more sold on the 1v1s and the 2s as well. I was kind of like, I think 3s is still the thing, but 1s is exciting to watch as well.
Yeah,
Verizon-
I mean,
Verizon's
king.
just look at all the games. Like when people were referencing, like, look at how many games Zen has played. They were all 2s.
Yeah,
It was all
yeah.
2s.
All 2s.
And
yeah.
so it's like there's such a
Wait, what do you mean? Like how many games like in
that
it?
he's played this season?
Like okay, the Rocket League
yeah,
season.
and this Rocket League season
Okay.
yeah,
matchmaking.
it's all 2s.
And so yeah, you are missing like arguably people's favorite game mode to play. 2v2.
Yeah, 2s
It's
is
like-
the best. It's
yeah.
the best mix for
Yeah, it's-
practice
it's-
at least.
It's the most popular game mode in the game as well. Everybody plays it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
and-
realised what everyone's saying Renegades because you got Renegades.
Yeah,
Look at
this
these
is,
supporting
actually-
me,
It does.
supporting
No, well,
me. Let's
well,
go.
This is my high school. I helped coach a high school esports team, Byron Center. This is where I'm
Wow.
from,
BC.
where I went to high school. And yeah, the Renegades, they helped buy these jerseys. And then this is also my dad. He helped sponsor the team. So this is his
Hey.
logo, his law office. And yeah,
It's a nice jersey.
Thank you.
W Renegades.
cool.
It makes me sad actually.
Guardian Pro Line. That's where I got it.
Rest in peace. That organisation.
Yep.
Not sure what.
Oh, Zorg gone?
God, I'm not sure what's going on. They don't have any teams for
Ah.
the last 12 months.
That would
Not
that
sure.
would be
Rebuild phase.
That's a weird business decision.
What did you say?
Rebuilding phase.
Rebuild.
I thought you said rebuild phase. I thought we're
Yeah.
we're doing what with
Yeah,
phase?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Phase.
very topical.
No, not that phase.
Okay. Anyway,
Should
where
we
were we?
Should
Sorry,
we
that
speak about
distracted me.
phase? Should we like just
Oh, we can.
get to it?
Oh yes, we
Should
can
speak
talk about
the
yesterday's
drama?
games.
The world is drama.
The drama. The Rold
Yeah.
is doing the viewing part, the live. He wrote. what
He's
was his
doing it
title?
all.
Ex-coach, ex-phase coach watches
Ex-phase,
SSG.
yeah.
Oh my
Um,
goodness, what a guy.
Yeah, he
Something like that.
Anyway, something like that. But he got.
Do you
bombed.
think he's celebrating too early?
Well, I mean, his Mike Wazowski tweet had got about 50,000 likes in a minute.
Yeah,
He
so it's
he
spawned
tweeted Mike
to
Wazowski
500.
with before the game was over.
Yeah. I mean, they
Yeah.
had like 4 seconds left or something, but
Yeah.
because FaZe they're not out of it. They're not out of it.
They're not. But do I think they're gonna regain here? No.
Regain.
What do you
They-
think?
they So,
Like,
like-
they play moist.
Yeah, they play moist.
Yeah. What?
he
Wait.
just. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
They
play
play
what?
moist.
Yeah,
on
they
Well, then, do I
Fridays.
think they're gonna regain? No. My point still stands.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you think moist
Yeah.
is gonna just send him home?
Yeah. I'm gonna send them right home.
I think I was just saying. I think that FaZe Moist series is going to be the final series It could be pending a schedule change on Friday, but that would be so exciting. First day with the crowd tomorrow, and just having FaZe in an elimination match
Against
straight up
Moist.
against Moist. That is content. We've got
I-
EU versus NA. We've got Moist, obviously. We've got FaZe, one of the biggest teams, and obviously with everything going on.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone will be cheering for FaZe?
No, I was just about to say that. I think the
No,
crowd's gonna be so
no.
loud for Moist, and everybody is gonna just rip on FaZe.
That is, well, it's going to be a good way to start or a bad way. We don't really know how well or poorly that's
Yeah, if FaZe is winning, it's not going to be. The crowd probably won't enjoy that.
No, they won't.
But they could be the true. They'll certainly be the villains of this tournament. One obviously because it's in EU, but
Well, Moist have a French player,
Yeah.
so they're going to get a lot of love from the French.
True.
Juicy will be-
What do you think about like Roldiz, his whole thing, like his viewing
Yeah.
party thing, his tweet? He's laughing.
certainly
He's laughing
taking it
at him on
personally.
stream. He
It's not-
posted some clips up there. I saw GC posted some clips. He was going in.
Yeah, he went
say the
very
least.
hard.
Yes.
I'd say that. It was kind of like,
Did.
oh boy.
Do you think that's going to affect his ability to get another coaching job?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think he's doomed himself.
he's burning a lot of bridges?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think any org looking at him is going to think, nah, why would we get him?
Yeah, I mean it's
funny.
It
to
is
watch.
funny.
He must not want a coaching job anymore.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I
Surely
was
he must
thinking
be-
too.
He must be done, surely.
Yep. He's as I said, he's burned a lot of bridges, but maybe this will kickstart his content
I
creation.
wish them nothing but the best. They can't touch demos.
Yeah. I remember.
Can't shut up.
It's like
He
LJ
kept
got a
saying,
demo. He's
"Keep-"
like, get another one.
He
Get
said,
another one.
Keep killing him. Keep killing him.
It was. It got very personal. I'm not sure if he was talking about actually demos in game or not. It was entertaining to watch.
Oh.
But yes, I'm not sure about his coaching
That was-
future off that.
Well, I feel like no. I asked that question because I don't really know. Because honestly, I feel like FaZe, just with all the stuff that's happened around FaZe, is they love the drama. Like they love
Yeah.
any type.
Bring it
of-
on, they say.
Yeah, like so. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of doing FaZe a favor in a
Maybe.
way that being like it's the whole idea of any publicity is good publicity and it's bringing
Yeah.
a lot of attention to FaZe. Whether right now and it's framed in this way, but to me it's almost like a soap opera or a WWE where of course he's playing the role and because
is.
I don't
He's
read
the
too
heel.
like
Yeah.
I don't read when I saw everything he was doing I was thinking this is more entertainment than it is
It's
anything.
content
Yeah.
brain
Yeah.
for
It's
sure.
content.
Yeah.
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 So I mean if I was rolled as it's like you just tell another worker it's like I just was doing it for the content. I know FaZe loves the
I don't think an org is gonna look at that and be like, oh, he did it for the content.
I don't know, maybe you could at
Yeah,
least you
look
could
at my-
I
look at my
don't I
viewership.
don't think he's like tainted his image per se, but I think like an org, like if a team wants him, and the org won't care. I don't think the org cares. I think the players will look at that and be like, well,
yeah.
I don't want him around. I think the only way he gets a coaching job is if he gets like a team that builds himself up. Like he's not getting a top spot, and if he does, I'll be surprised. Happy to be wrong, but
Maybe SSG.
The thing with it, well,
Yeah.
speaking of
Yeah.
SSG, the thing with that is like Chrome will be happy because it took the limelight off the fact that if this facing didn't happen, this is Chrome coaching against his old side. That would have been sort of the story.
Yeah,
But
true.
instead,
Yeah.
that was kind of like
That was kind of
thrown to the
funny
side.
how that whole thing happened. How it's like everyone's speculating. Oh, it's probably just a year-long contract. They didn't. FaZe is going under.
yeah.
Their books got leaked. They're losing money. Their stock is under $1. Blah 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 blah. They just couldn't afford it. And then Chrome tweets like, "I'm the coach of FaZe now."
Just
It's
signed
like
a
what?
max
What is
length
this happening?
contract,
He's like,
baby.
I'm in Germany.
Signed
It's
the
like what the
Supermax.
heck? It was
Yeah,
actually a
yeah.
great. They kept a great secret. I'm surprised. I mean, I didn't know it was coming. I did not know.
I don't know why they would do that.
It was
though.
so poorly managed. I know we
Yeah.
spoke about this as well, but obviously the day before Wildcard started to post it, I don't know if they were like, oh, we need to get this out before Worlds, but also to not announce Chrome at the same
Yeah.
time, or at least post something saying, hey,
So
you
you would
this is
lead
what's happening,
with
this
you
is
should
why we're doing
lead
it.
with Chrome. We hired Chrome as the
Yeah.
new coach. We thank Roldiz for
Yeah.
his service. Blah,
But
blah,
to just go like,
Yeah, in
Rolders
the
is gone. They're
reply.
like, what?
blah. Yeah, I thought it was honestly. I thought it was raw entertainment.
It was
Like,
poor PR. Yeah, the social team has torched it, but maybe they love it. I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
FaZe do love it.
The way they did it, I think, resulted in this whole
Yeah.
it fueled
All
the
eyes
fire.
are on them now.
It fueled the fire the way they did it. So it's probably crazy to say that they tried to do it that way, but It definitely fueled the fire, and I think has a lot of people rooting against FaZe at the moment.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It does, yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll be talking about them on Friday. But the other series that happened yesterday, and this is actually pretty topical because I was just talking to Rizzo about it. Yesterday's episode just got uploaded to the YouTube, where we were obviously talking about the day's matches to come, G2 and Rule 1, and obviously we were pretty, at least thinking that Rule 1 would go in as the favourites. Pretty confident that they'd be able to back up that top 4 performance. And it didn't really happen. G2, James, as you said, they continued their wild card form, really put the foot down 4-1. JNAPS was popping off. And Rule 1 really didn't look like the Boston Rule 1.
So, yeah, I talked to Falcons about this. I was like, what do you guys think about Rule 1? What do you think happened? And, I think it was, Ahmad was saying that he thinks they're trying to be more aggressive, try to be more, attacking. Because, obviously, they're super defensive. It didn't work. Didn't work at all. They were all over the place.
And Boston, the one thing that they were doing that was working all the time was they had so many goals that came from air dribble bumps.
Yeah.
Like
Counter-attack, air dribble bumps sort of thing.
Counter-attack, air dribble bump.
Well, we kind of spoke about this with yesterday with the G2 play style, because T-Bates was like offense versus defense, who's going to win? And, well, in my mind, as someone who's always been on an offensive team, you want to play other offensive teams. So the fact that Rule 1 are trying to be more aggressive and play offensive, that's not going to work against G2. G2 want another offensive team because they've got the best offense, offensive style. But when you're a team that wants to be on offense and you're playing a team that's happy to be in defense, it's terrible because they're going to be sitting in net and then you get frustrated and then you're open to those counterattacks.
You dent the crossbar a couple times.
Yeah, you dent the crossbar. G2 start, JNAPS is not putting in top bins. He's trying too hard to get it in the top bin. He's hitting the bar 10 times. They get frustrated. They overcommit. And then before you know it, it's counterattack. So I think the fact that Rule 1 are changing it up, that's not what you do against G2.
I don't think so.
You don't want to do that. You want to be that defensive team and say, come at us. See what you got, and then play that counterattack. But, I'm not too sure. Hopefully they go back to that Boston style because that was so exciting seeing them getting like 30 saves, Roas just flying across the net and just frustrating the other team is what they did.
Yeah, I think in this short time window, you can't be changing the play style that much. Especially when it worked in Boston, except against BDS Vitality.
Well, yeah, so. I think that's the point, though. It's like they want to beat BDS Vitality, so they're switching to be able to beat them.
And also, you wonder, like they're still very new to the international stage. Like Boston was their first go.
Yeah.
And even in Boston, like in that power series, Rule 1 looked dismal until that third game.
Yep, that's true.
Like they were like on track to get perfect swept by power. So, they're just having to work out the kinks probably. Just get more experience, more teams cuz every team is going to like the regions may have certain play styles, but every team is still going to play a little bit different.
And I think aside, there was that stat we talked about yesterday as well. Aside from Vitality and one other series, every wildcard team, because obviously we had the wildcard versus the main event teams, every wildcard team had come out and won game 1. I think it was like 6 of 8 games.
Yeah, one.
So, apart from the Vitality one, where obviously they 4-0'd, and one more, it was clear that the wildcard teams...
Those Vitality games were so close.
They were close, and Moist did score the first goal as well. But yeah, it looks like the wildcard teams having that advantage of the extra week, at least were starting the series better. You saw Gen G as well. They lost the first 2 games against Twisted Minds. And then they really woke up and won the next 4.
Yeah.
So it's clear that maybe the main event teams are coming in a little bit underdone, a little bit less practice. They're not used to the setups, their environment.
But they did win.
Could have hurt FaZe Clan as well.
Still, five main event teams did win in round 1.
I meant like game 1.
But game 1,
Game 1, I think that 6 of 8 wildcard teams won game 1. So.
And that's kind of what last year we were talking about. For some teams, wild card can be a blessing more than it is a curse, and I think that is very true for.
You've just got to get through. If you get through, it's a blessing. I think. It's gonna make or break you, because you get that experience. Because we've even seen it in Rocket League so many times in the past with the teams that go through the lower brackets where they have so many reps, they're on stage so much, playing so much that they're just in the zone.
Yeah, but now Rule 1 will play Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds.
Ooh.
Mina matchup.
That's a fun one.
We got the Mina, and the winner of that plays Space
Yeah.
Station.
Well,
The
if
loser
they-
of
if they
Space.
lose to Vitality.
Sorry. I jumped the gun. The winner of Rule 1 Twisted Minds plays the loser of Vitality Space Station. They don't play Space Station. We don't know
You
yet.
just talk about it as a certainty. You know, I heard Jorby was talking to us at lunch today. He's saying, I truly believe Space Station's going to be
See, no,
Vitality.
this is just Jorby always wants
Nonsense.
to. If you throw enough cold takes out there, one of them's going to start heating up. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually.
So you do think
Oh.
He
they're
also
just play-
said Venom was going to be like the best player we'd ever seen, and Venom hasn't ever been the best player on the team.
Well, they almost went 3-0 out of wild card.
Yeah, but I mean,
He was telling me
SMW's
yesterday about how he said that Hawkser. He said that SSG was going to be better with Hawkser, but nobody ever talks about that. Jorby said this. But does he have like
Where's the
Does
clip?
he ever say
does he have
this?
like 80 hot takes? Does Jorby give a lot of hot takes?
I don't know. I feel like
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, he loves hot take. He's a hot take man.
I mean
He's a hot take man.
I feel like T-Bates is the king of hot takes.
Yeah.
Jorby tweeted
T-Bates
yesterday,
just makes stuff up sometimes.
the Octane. No, yeah, I think that was important. The Octane is definitely not the most recognizable vehicle in gaming. It's only up there, but I mean, you gotta look at the Warthog and some other things like that.
The Warthog from Halo.
Yeah.
That's an Xbox only. You can't even use that on Switch or PlayStation or anything. Shows up.
You
as
mean
like
in
a
Rocket
perk.
League? No, he's saying the Octane
Oh,
is in the gaming.
The
in
Warthog
general.
is in Rocket League.
Yeah. But like
Yes.
the most recognizable vehicle
Ah,
in
gotcha.
gaming in
Gotcha.
video games.
Right,
It's probably the
yeah.
Warthog.
Yeah,
Unless you got anyone else.
yeah. I'm trying to think.
Oh, I guess Mario Kart's like that's a bit diff.
No, not really, because I don't even know what the Mario Karts
It's like
even
the standard
look like.
card.
Yeah,
it's
there's
just the standard card.
I
Mario
don't
is the iconic.
All I
part
can
in
think
that,
of
not
is,
the
like,
card.
Like Bowser. You know,
Yeah.
the back of Bowser.
I'm thinking like
The battle bus. That's
The back of
probably
Bowser, he just
The
said
battle
Bowser's
bus.
the
back.
battle bus is probably more.
the battle bus isn't really.
Bowser's back, bro. He's looking at the back of Bowser. He's in second place.
Did you say Bowser's back?
Yeah. The back of
Oh.
Bowser.
That's all I can imagine. If like I'm not gonna sit there and stare at the cart.
Yeah, I'm looking
You
at
know?
the
You can't even see the
spikes.
car when Bowser's in it.
That's
like,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't even
that's the
think
first thing I think of.
I don't know. I feel like does a Batmobile count because there are
I don't think
Batman
it counts
games.
because that's from. a movie.
To me, like I feel like the Ferrari Enzo from like Project Gotham Racing and a bunch of racing
I
games.
love the
but,
Enzo.
No, maybe I
Gran
think
Turismo
the
3.
Warthog might be. I would agree. The Warthog might be the
There's
most
not that
iconic
many
vehicle.
like iconic car games. Well, like Halo isn't even a car game, but like
Yeah.
the Warthog's there. I would say like Rocket League's probably up there, and then like Mario Kart.
Well, what other
Maybe-
famous
I
cars
I
are
can't
there?
think
Forza,
like a
Need for
Batmobile,
Speed.
but I don't think that's like
They're
iconic
like real
from the
cars.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actual racing games.
It's got to be the Fortnite battle bus.
True.
Well,
It
the
actually
battle bus,
might
does the
be.
battle bus even count like as a vehicle though? 'Cause you
Yeah,
just
I don't
jump
think it
out of
counts
You're
'cause
not
you
going
don't
to
use
drive it around.
Burnout. That's a banger. Trackmania.
But they're kind of like
Yeah.
real. Yeah, well, Trackmania, but that's
Like
a
I'm
different-
wondering
I
if
don't know.
there's another like Warthog. Like, is there another Warthog type thing?
It's just.
People keep saying Need for Speed. I don't even know what.
In Gears
they're
of
talking
War,
about.
there was a car.
No, they're
that
talking
was-
about a specific Need for Speed M3.
Oh, like the BMW.
I don't
M3
even
from Need
know.
for Speed. That's like Need for
I don't
Speed
even know what that
Most
looks like.
Wanted, Is it? I think it's like the silver one with the blue stripes on it. Or whatever.
M3.
We're
Yeah.
talking about like game
But
cars.
again, yeah, it's like real cars put into games is different from the mine.
The
cart.
mine
Oh
cart.
my god.
The most iconic.
Well,
Honestly,
maybe it is Octane
imagine the Rocket League Minecraft crossover where they just have a mine cart.
and then
Oh,
a real
Beetlebug
person.
Racing.
What is that?
You guys never played Beetlebug Racing?
You ever played
No.
Garfield Racing?
This
No.
this is like a no way. What is Beetlebug Racing?
It might have been BattleBug. I can't remember. So there was a game for the Nintendo 64 that was all Beetles, like the Volkswagen Beetles.
Oh,
You'd race them around.
Okay.
What? Someone's gonna know
I was
exactly
thinking of
what
like
the,
an
the
actual
title is.
beetle
Someone,
bug.
someone in chat
Like
knows
a-
exactly the game I'm talking about.
My car
Wait,
from
off
season-
off topic. Somebody just said Bates is doing the thing again, but he stepped around the box today. That's hilarious.
He loved it. That honestly, I've tweeted about that 8 times. Bates falling in like doing the slowest fall I've ever seen. Whilst going, oh no!
Oh
is
no!
is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I've watched that thing 150
I have watched
times.
it several times too. I was
That's
thinking about
amazing.
how if you wanted to, you could put like a team that fails like on his
On his
head
face.
as he's going down.
Oh, no!
No, it didn't. Space Station do that. They did that to FaZe.
Did they already?
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
Oh,
they
there
did
you
that.
go.
It's like I think it's because what he did was he didn't really trip at the start. He just like went to walk and then noticed that there was an object in front of him, and then just had that realization like, I can't. I've got nowhere to step. And just was
Yeah,
like, oh, no, like, and then just tried to. So he didn't actually trip and fall, but he just realized that he had nowhere to go. So
Actually,
the only option was the ground.
I think the most mind-blowing thing is Johnny, like,
It's already.
Johnny is, like, instantly starting to clap. Did you, like, know? Did you, like, see a
Yeah,
pre-fall?
I saw the box. I was like, I know what's happening here.
Beetle Adventure
I was
Racing.
like, oh yes.
Yeah. That was a game. For
Let's just keep waiting, see if he walks over that box.
Nintendo 64.
Yep, legendary game.
But probably now we're talking about it. Just to wrap up this little weird segue segment, should I say? Warthog and Octane. Octane's probably second in terms of just vehicles, not from real life vehicles. And
Probably, yeah. It's top 3.
It's
gotta
probably
be.
top 3. Yeah, it's top 3, but not 1.
Yeah.
I
I would
think
say
the
that
Warthog's
top three to one,
yeah,
I'd
the
say.
Warthog edges out.
Just please.
Dude, the Halo was so big back in the day. People were waiting around at midnight for physical copies for
It was
Halo
like
2
the
and
Call of
3.
Duties, like COD 4. And
Yeah.
what
Like,
and
I-
don't know if we can talk about the
I
games.
waited at midnight for Halo 2 and Halo 3.
Really?
Yep, I was one of
Wow.
those people. In
Halo
line.
3 was peak.
I remember I always had to get it the next day after school. Not Halo, Call of Duty.
Oh,
Never
that's a
did the
bummer.
midnight release.
Never did the midnight release. Had to
My-
go to school the next day.
My parents would let me stay up and like get it at midnight and then call it or not go to school the next day to play it.
Wow. People saying the
Jeez,
Banshee,
that's
like
the
the
life.
Warthog is just, like, obviously the Banshee's iconic, but the Warthog is just so much more well known than the Banshee. Or the Ghost or whatever.
Wait,
it is.
we've got 10
well.
minutes. Shall we do predictions?
Let's do some predictions. Or let's just quickly, what were the other series? We talked about Rule 1, we talked about FaZe, we're on G2 FaZe. We also had the
Gen G,
Gen G
Twisted Minds.
Twisted Mind series. We sort of talked about that. Gen G took a couple of games to warm up. And the
Vitality
other
wise.
one was Vitality. Okay,
Yeah,
we don't need to talk
Vitality
about that. Okay, let's do some predictions then.
Right. Team Liquid Crew.
Liquid.
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 Yeah,
that's-
Liquid. Okay,
Touch,
that's
probably
easy.
That was a
4-1.
simple one.
Then we've got Vitality SSG.
I feel like CJ's got to start on
Vitality.
that one. Yeah.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
that's a
Vitality.
sweep.
Yeah. Sweep.
No, well, a clean sweep from the predictions. Maybe
Okay,
a 4-2.
yeah.
I mean,
I think 4-2.
If they get 3, I'll be very surprised.
I mean, I feel like it is within the realm of possibility, but like 10%. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a 90-10.
No,
So I'm
90-10.
going
I like that.
Vitality.
Okay. Gen G G2.
G2.
I'm a believer in G2.
G2.
Think they've turned this ship around.
I really want G2 to win it. I think Gen G is going to win. I
Mhm.
want G2 to win though, but I think Gen G.
Just getting back to the Vitality SSG, I've got bad memory. Vitality against NA teams, have they performed well? Did they in Boston? Did they beat?
Complexity.
They
was-
smacked. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah. Oh well, actually, yeah, they should have lost that. So that maybe
Yeah.
there's a bit there because if was it AJG that missed the open net?
It was
Yeah.
AJG
Yeah.
had that
AJG
one.
put that one
Yeah.
away.
To be
they
fair,
would've
though,
won,
In that
so-
same series, AJG was the reason that they made it to overtime with one of his saves. Like he had a crazy. It was a 2v1. He dodged the bump, floated in the air, and like saved it into the corner so that there was no rebound goal.
Oh yeah,
And-
that was
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. So
But that was sort of like, I feel like Vitality weren't Vitality at that point.
Yeah, they
they
were
were still
still-
sort of getting cooking, and I think now they're
Yeah.
clearly off that first
now they're
series.
cooking.
They look good. They're ready to go. They had that first LAN over and done with, so I think they'll be fine. Was that all of them?
So you think Gen G?
I think Gen G. Yeah.
I probably agree. I'll just keep on blessing G2 with
Whoa!
Oh my!
underestimations.
Just trying to throw BDS out of the equation there. We're going to get rid of him.
Speaking of BDS KC.
Oh, that's a tough
that's-
one.
Honestly,
That's gotta be the last game of the day,
I'm going
right?
KC.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
KC.
I'm going
yeah.
KC.
KC.
KC BDS. Let me think here. Have I watched a single game this
I
event?
watched Seiko miss the easiest open net ever, and I've let him know about it as well. So until I see him put those away, I'm going KC.
Seiko missing open that?
Yeah, he double jumped over the ball.
Oh wait, that was
Very
iconic.
bad
I do
play.
remember that one. Yeah, can't,
With full
can't believe
boost.
I even forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're 2-1. You're 2-1 on Seiko, right? You got a 2-1 record?
Oh
I
my
might
goodness,
be-
they talk about this every night.
It's
You got a 2-1 record. I think yeah, I'll say KC then.
So what's the story on that?
I might be.
You got a winning
I
record
might have a
against
1
Seiko?
and 2 record, but I'd like to tell Seiko it's 2-1 just to annoy him. But the one that I got was dominant. Like we won
was-
3-1, and
wow.
he wasn't on the pitch. because I removed him that many times. He
Yeah,
was-
you guys were
Wow.
were
I just-
talking about this last night, where you just kept
I
telling him,
did.
"You're like, I go demo
yeah,
you
I
games
know.
easy."
Well, it sounds
And then
rough now. I'm saying it
And then
live.
Seiko points to relating wave. He goes, "Well, he
Oh, let me tell a story.
Oh no way! No way!
Let me tell a story. All right, so basically, I was talking to Seiko, and I was telling him how I owned him in Sweden, and I was like, just picture this hypothetically. Let's say that this kid just bursts on the scene. He's on this team, and all of a sudden he's dominant. He's him. He's the number one player on the world in the world, and everyone's talking about him. He's nearly clean swept a region for the regional. He's going into the major, number one seed, yada yada. And I'm thinking, let's look at the other perspective here. So there's this kid on this team. Well done. He's the best player. He's the only man on the team. If you get rid of him, we've got a 2v2. If I can just demo Chase Seiko, now all we have to beat is Metsonoris and Relating Wave to win a series. This is free. So that's all I did. I said, I'm just going to get rid of this kid. I'm going to remove him from the pitch, and all of a sudden it was Relating Wave and Metsonoris. And
I
that
want
was
to
Yeah,
have
they-
any
they talked about this,
Metsonoris
like,
slander.
that might have
they
been
talked
the easy.
about
That was,
this, like,
that was the easiest
Last
move.
night, the night before, the
Yep.
night before, like it's all you're talking about with Sicko.
Yep. And he may have then absolutely bopped me in the Winter Major with the same team. And then obviously BDS beat me at Worlds. But we did get a game off BDS. And guess who didn't get a game? V1. So they
You're
got
better than
4-0.
V1.
You outperformed him.
True.
Yeah.
Or you
And that
outperformed him.
one
In fact,
game, I
That's,
tell
that's all
Monkey was
G2 got as well. Grand final.
That's true.
Mhm.
So we did the same against
You
BDS
guys
as
could have
G2.
been. You were as good as the grand finals team.
It was.
You
We
basically
actually
made
were
grand
pretty
Also, you
close.
told him that last night too. You
Well,
said
literally.
if we beat you, we would have won grand finals.
Yeah. Like, who's to say that we wouldn't have gone on and to bigger and better things? So
Well, Seiko
Anyway,
said
that's-
no, you wouldn't
yeah,
have.
Seiko.
Right after you said that, actually.
Seiko was roasting his old teammates whilst also roasting me. Now, I like to joke that I have the 2-1 record. Maybe as time goes on, it'll get foggy in his brain, and I might actually
just
convince him that I do have it over him. But
Just got to edit
was
the
fun.
Wikipedia page.
I also like to tell Monkey Man the one game that we won was just it was domination as well. I think I faked him on the goal line and Calmy scored, and he remembers it as well. He tries it. He's like, "Why would I remember that?" I was like, "No, you remember." He's like,
I know
I do
you remember.
remember. I wonder what.
You'd be like, what, this one? Show him the clip.
This one right here. I'm basically describing gaslighting, but no, it's all in good fun. Those boys are good, but they're gonna lose to KC
Yeah.
after all that.
Long story short, yeah, I think Casey will slap him around.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey looked pretty good.
I think, actually, never mind, I can't talk about that. But somebody said any big announcements coming up this LAN. And actually, I have maybe a potential announcement of my potential return to competition.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, but I just gotta bait it. I can't really talk about it all too much. You know,
What?
I just gotta.
Wait, what?
I might be competing. Might be competing in a little something.
What is it? It could
Something
be
coming up soon.
Wait,
what
we
is
actually
happening?
we seriously have no
I
idea
actually
what
don't
he's
know.
talking about. What have you been
I
cooking?
don't know what he's on about.
Do you know, James?
I have no idea. I thought you guys would know.
No.
I don't know. Maybe there's an event coming up. Maybe there's an event coming up a little bit later in the month. Maybe early next month. Might
What's
be. I
coming
might
up
be. I
next
might be
month?
out there.
What Gamers 8.
No way.
Who knows?
Playing?
Who knows?
That's such a lie. You can't.
It's not
That's
happening.
not. It's not happening.
Where's the team invite list for Gamers 8?
There-
he's not.
There should be an announcement later today. You know, depending on if it gets delayed or not.
Okay.
But
okay.
a little pre-announcement for you. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. This guy is equipment
Well-
manager at Gamers 8. He's gonna just keep all the controllers in his hotel room.
Maybe
He's gonna
Turbo's
explain them.
Cheeks
Turbo's Cheeks.
negotiated a spot or something. Who knows?
There you go.
That would be something.
Can you FF in advance?
Stay tuned for that. Who do
What
we
time-
got first up, by the way? Are we?
It is crew.
Do we want to
Crew
wrap
Liquid.
this up here?
Yeah,
and-
Yeah,
we
I think that's the perfect
gotta
time to wrap.
We gotta
Yeah,
wrap
yeah.
it. All right.
But yeah, hey, thank you everybody for watching Shotcast. That is all. That is. Well, we just clapped at the same time. That was sick.
We're really rolling through. We just recorded a Patreon episode. We never done a live talk. We're just rolling again. Keep it
Just
alive.
straight into the viewing
Let's get
party.
straight.
Hey, just get it going. Get it going. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you missed any part of it, check it out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. You can check it out all over there. Check out the Patreon as well. Patreon.com/Shotcast. We do bonus episodes every week. There are already 16
Yep.
bonus episodes uploaded. So if you go subscribe now, you can just go watch 16 other episodes if you like
Jump
what you
in.
see.
That's what we love. Thank you, James, as well, for being
My
a
pleasure.
guest. Can we get
Thank
some
you, James.
W Jameses in chat? We love having him on. It's his debut on the
Thank
podcast,
you. Debut.
but we're going to be
This
getting
guy's
him on a
fantastic.
lot.
The pleasure was all mine.